Hey guys, RTT back here for the video, guys. Today we're gonna go ahead and build two under $2,000 PC builds on Nzxt and Cyberpower. Now this is gonna be for more of a budget type build, again for a $2,000 build. Now there are good PCs you can buy on Nzxt pre-built. Now I'm not sponsored by them in any way. I would love to be sponsored by them, but I'm not. And the first one I recommend going for is, of course, the streaming PC. If you are looking for a good budget PC, it's around $14.99, and it does give you a 2070 Super, which is not a bad graphics card at all. It also gives you AMD Ryzen 7 3700X, which again is a very decent graphics card. 16 gigabytes of RAM, more than enough. Storage is a 1 terabyte storage, not bad. And overall power supply 600 watt, but for 2070 you don't need anything more than that. That's even overkill for 2070. Full upgradability in the future, it doesn't give you as much upgradable ability. It does let you upgrade to a 3900X if you are looking with this motherboard. If you are looking to upgrade your CPU in the future. But overall, I mean, you just change out a power supply and get like a 750, 850, and you can get up to a 3090 in there. So with that in mind, guys, that's number one. That's the first way to do it. If you want to go ahead and do what I showed you there, buy a pre-built. I never am against buying pre-builts. Like, I know a lot of people hate them. I don't. Honestly, I think it's a smart idea to buy a pre-built. It's no point not to buy a pre-built PC. Why spend the money, making somebody, or why spend the money, give someone else the money to build you a PC? You buy a pre-built and it's a lot easier. So again, recommendation, always do that. Except Nzxt's websites is always the greatest when it comes to trying to actually figure out how to build a PC. I think it's just going to be this. So let's go ahead and go with, let's say I'm going to go choose those 3 games, pick your price, $2,000, and let's configure the options right here. Now it gave us the best option. It thought that was the greatest, but let's go ahead and choose our own option. So starting off right away, I'm actually not going to really change the motherboard. I kind of like the MSI MPG. I don't really think it's a bad motherboard. But what I am going to change, I'm going to see some options here. So you can get a 39 Founders Edition. This is actually new for Nzxt. They did not have this before. But that's kind of cool that you can actually buy a 3090 now from them. And a Founders Edition especially, because you usually can't buy a Founders Edition from Nzxt. Anyway, though, my recommendation would be going with a 3070 here. That's not a bad build at all. Power supply, we have a 750. So actually, this is actually not a bad base PC, especially with a 3070. It has liquid cooling. You know what? It's kind of funny. I was going to actually change it up and be like, let's change this, change that. But there's not much I would actually change here. Let me see. What does it have? 16 gigabytes. Yep, one RAM stick of 16 gigabytes. Can we go cheaper with the RAM? Well, probably not, right? I'm going to guess that most of the... Actually, we could go cheaper with the RAM. I'm going to go cheaper with the RAM. Just save a little bit of money. I don't think... 3,000 is fine. You could go 30... You could go 3,200. I mean, actually, yeah. It's like $10 more. Let's just go with the 3,200. No point to go cheaper there. But yeah, overall, I mean, that's not a bad build. This is definitely a decent build. And I'm surprised. I really expected myself to be like, okay, let's change this. And it does have an i9 9900K, which is really good. But honestly, I prefer... I mean, this... Okay, for $60 more, go for the 900. If you are really for a budget, though, you could go with the i7. You could definitely go with the i7. Save yourself like about $100. Not only are you saving yourself there, you're saving yourself on the motherboard now. Because now you're going cheaper motherboard. Also that. So I recommend probably going the i7 over the i9. But 9900K is still a very good, very good CPU. Nonetheless, though, that's pretty much it for this. I think, honestly, this build is beautiful. If you go with the i7 or i9, that's the only difference I would go for with those two options. Now let's talk about Cyberpower, because Cyberpower is a little bit more different. So Cyberpower, we get to choose our case starting off right away. And if I'm going for a budget build, I'm probably going for one of the cheapest cases here. And I'm going to go ahead and probably go with... let's go with this one. It's actually an Nzxt too. So it's even Nzxt. Extra case fans, in all honesty, I'm probably going to go ahead and just go with a 3 times fans. I don't really see anyone I like. I know Roar is decent actually, so I'm gonna go with Roar here. There's not really any I'd like too much. Now, when it comes to this, obviously we have an AMD type build here, and that's what kind of like the streaming PC is. I would probably go ahead and pay up a little bit and maybe get the AMD Ryzen 3900X. It's actually a really, really good gaming CPU, and I would not recommend going anywhere else but that. Especially for Ryzen right now. If you can wait until the actual 5000 series comes out, I would recommend doing that. But if you can't, might be a idea to go there. For cooling, I'd probably go ahead and go with a single cooling liquid unit here, and that would probably gonna go ahead and be blah blah blah. Actually, yeah. Let's actually no, because we paid down like a lot of other things, we can actually probably go a little bit more expensive for our liquid cooling unit. And I might go with the Corsair Hydro here. Oh crap, I gotta get a 360. I gotta get a little bigger of a case. I gotta get a 360 millimeter case in order to get that. So let's go ahead and go with I'll go with this case. And again, you can choose whatever case you want. Choose whatever case that makes you happy, the most happy. All right, for motherboard, I'm going to just stick with the Asus Prime. I don't think it's a bad motherboard at all. RAM sticks, yep, 30. We can even go a little bit more expensive if we wanted to, going with 16 gigabytes of 3200. Oh, actually, that's it, 32. We could go a little bit more expensive with 3200 megahertz, make it a little bit more better. Now, for this, it has the AMD Radeon, but I would probably go ahead and go up a little bit, and I'd probably go up to... not the 2070. I'd probably go up to like the 2060. Probably the 2060 Super. Which I don't think is a bad graphics card at any stretch of imagination. And again, I'd probably go with 600 power supply. It's not bad. Storage, I'd probably stick with the 1 terabyte. I don't think you really need any more, because again, you can always go expandable storage. And that's pretty much it for that build, guys. So not bad at all. Tell me down below your thoughts and opinions, guys, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.